Well, we didn't have a lot of fanfare opening up because it's been so long since we've been here. But I'm Coach, and I'm with
KC,
and we are
Faithletic The Podcast.
Wow, I don't even remember the last time we did this together.
It has been a minute. We're in the room together.
We are, and I don't even remember when it. I can't remember when we did this last. I mean, it's been how long ago it's been. I think we were perhaps around August 4th or 5th, maybe 6th, somewhere in there. We might have had, because I believe you were remote.
Yes.
So I had, because when I pulled up my settings, you were on a camera, or you weren't on a camera. So,
yeah.
We had to, kind of had to make some, oops, oh boy, I'm messing stuff up now.
Oh, no. Not again.
I am really doing it. Just a second.
Oh, no.
Oh, well.
That's right.
Just what I do.
No, you don't. You're great.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to get more of a shot on you, and I'm not really doing a very good job of it. So there we are. Okay, there. Okay, that wasn't the best one. But anyway, lots gone on, and I think it's been 3 weeks, I'm going to say.
I think it has. It's been 3 weeks, which is far too long. But
I could probably look at my phone. Actually, I could go back and look at the previous. Great.
What happened?
I'll tell you off there. So let me look at my. I could go back and look at past. So it was the 7th. Was the last time we were on.
No way.
3 weeks ago.
That's
so
crazy.
1, 2, 3. Yep, 3 weeks ago, August 7th. Today's the 28th, so 3 weeks.
We're saying it's far too long, though.
I mean, look, we're still in off season. I mean,
we are.
If we did this every week during football season, I don't know if we'd ever catch up on our predictions.
No, probably not.
I mean, we'd have a hard time. I mean, we could probably do it, but because even on weeks that we haven't had shows, we still did our picks.
Yeah, that's right. We would, but if it was
what 3 weeks.
We've been a little busy.
Yeah.
That's for sure. We're just trying to live our lives a little bit.
Yeah.
For sure. But
both of us have employment and family and all that good stuff, and my employment has been particularly tedious the last 3 weeks. So 2 weeks ago I had visitors, and last week I had meetings, and it's like, oh my gosh, can I just get a little bit? And then I was sick last week.
Yeah,
so
that's what you said.
Had a sinus infection, and it was just, I was hacking and coughing because I had drainage and all that good stuff.
You know what? That's really hard to do a show
really
like that.
And still have a little bit of remnants of it. I have my cough drops here just in case my throat gets scratchy and dry.
Sure.
But I don't think I was contagious with anything because my wife gets sick on everything. And
she's all good?
Fine. Yep, she's fine. So
all right.
Whatever it was just a little sinus infection.
Yeah, but still a bummer.
Yeah.
Still a bummer.
It is that. But today's show, guess what comes back today? Return of Games of the Week.
Yes, we are fully back, folks.
10 college football games. I could have gone 20. I mean, it's one of those weeks where you just don't know where people are. I mean, we've got, and look, I'll just kind of preface a couple of, like, Temple at OU, we kind of know how that one's probably going to turn out,
right.
But just to give you a little bit of a lineup here, and we'll get to these a little bit later, North Carolina at Minnesota, that's an interesting matchup.
That's an interesting matchup, for sure.
North Dakota State at Colorado is intriguing a little.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. Why did they do that to themselves?
I don't know. TCU at Stanford.
That game is going to be ugly, but it's going to be interesting.
Va-Tech at Vandy.
Yeah, could be interesting.
Could be
interesting.
Miami at Florida.
Yeah.
Notre Dame at Texas A&M.
Yep, will be interesting.
UNLV at Houston.
UNLV at Houston. Yeah.
I think those are all
this is a really good week.
Complex matchups.
Yeah, I think this is a really good week of football.
And there were 10 other games that I was like, I kind of quandaried over this. I go, I don't want to go more than 10 because it'll just get too complicated.
Sure.
But I really wanted to because there were 5 other games for sure.
Yes, it's a good good week to start the season for sure. There are a couple weeks on the schedule this year that are like, if I'm clearing my schedule because there are some good games.
Yeah.
October 12th. Mark it on your calendars.
Is that OU Texas weekend?
It might be, but
It might be the following week.
yeah, it's a crazy lineup
the
of
week
games.
before.
Yeah. That said, like we're back in it, and then next Thursday, we're back in the NFL swing of things too.
Who's the opening game?
My Kansas City Chiefs, and the Baltimore Ravens.
I don't have a team.
You're a man without a team. Well, come on.
I am teamless.
Come on
I am
over.
teamless. My decision's been
Come
made.
on over.
It's been made.
You're done.
I'm just not watching the opening game.
Yeah, that's right. You're boycotting.
I'm boycotting
You're
the first game.
boycotting from the first game.
Yep. I'm not saying I will return or won't return, but I'm not watching the first game.
But you will probably check on your.
I will do Gamecast.
Yes, you're going
I'll
to check
check
your
the
Gamecast.
scores.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, because I have an event that night, and I will have to leave the home early, and I will probably take a nap before the game. So
Sure.
chances are I will probably check a score at some point, but I'm not going to be glued to it.
You're not going to. Okay.
And I did go
I
watch
believe you.
a couple of series of the replay for all the Dallas Cowboy games and for preseason, and I didn't see anything that really made me want
Made
to press
you.
it.
Yeah. Hey, well, the Chiefs went 0-3 and put the.
Well, that's usually a good thing, and I was really rooting for the Raiders in the Cowboys' final game because in all the years the Cowboys have won the Super Bowl, they've had a losing record every year but one in the preseason.
Yeah, that's the way that it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like-
I'm hoping, okay, if they at least have a losing record, I know there's a shot
There's-
there, even though there really isn't. So, before we get into that, can we talk Cowboys for a second? Do you have an issue with that?
I never have an issue where you
because you
get
want
to
to see
talk.
me get wound up.
No,
or anything.
that couldn't be me. What are you talking about? I don't get what you're talking about.
Can you tell me what the fascination was that everybody on the planet wants the Cowboys to pay Dak Prescott an astronomical amount of money? What is the obsession? I have my own theory, but you tell me what you think. Because I've watched NFL, Good Morning America, I've watched Insiders.
You
and they
mean
all
Good
say,
Morning Football?
Good Morning Football. What did I say? Good Morning
Good Morning
America.
America.
Whatever. Same thing.
Hey, yeah, sure.
They've all said Jerry Jones is going to pay the highest. He's going to be. You guys know you can't be cut. You can't be traded. They're going to have to pay him. Like, yeah, no, you don't have to pay him. You don't have to pay him.
Right.
You let his contract end at the end of the year and be done. Be done.
That's the thing. It just depends on.
And that's what Jerry's waiting on.
Sure. And I think I think that's the thing is he might be being a smart business guy.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're like, we don't think Dak's the guy. Why are we going to pay him?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Jerry's making a smart business
I
decision.
hope so. But if
Trey Lance played like he did in the postseason, is you have a guy right there.
Yeah, he didn't
So,
do that well, I don't think.
I know he had a really couple nice passes though, for touchdowns. I think if I'm remembering right. But
Well, I think the two games that I went back and looked at was I wanted to see what Cooper Rush did. Cooper Rush played
what a
two
rush.
series, maybe three. They scored in every series. Now,
Sure.
maybe not a touchdown, but they moved the ball down the field. And then the play calling got wonky, and they didn't score.
sure.
They didn't have that success with Trey Lance in the game, based on what I read.
Okay.
And he threw like 4 or 5 interceptions last week.
Oh,
against the
then I'm
Raiders.
thinking of something else then.
Now,
or didn't
he-
didn't realize he threw those interceptions. But he
According-
did have a dime.
According to, he had a couple of good throws, and according to DallasCowboy.com, he did show some really good decision making, some accuracy, but he also made a lot of blunders, a lot of stupid decisions. He looked more like Dak Prescott than Dak Prescott.
A
did,
guy,
probably.
yeah, but a guy that hasn't played in
2 years.
2 years,
or 3.
basically. Yeah, because
But answer my
wasn't really
question.
given a shot either.
What is everybody's obsession with paying him an astronomical amount and making him the highest paid?
I can't answer your question because I'm with you on Dak. If he was good, if he was really good,
Why wouldn't you just pay him? If he's that good.
I don't think he's that good.
But they claim that he'll make more money than anybody in the history of the
Which
game.
is
If Jerry lets him go,
Yeah.
he will be the biggest free. I heard someone say he'll be the biggest free agent in NFL history if Jerry lets him go. I don't believe it.
I don't believe that either.
Now, let me tell you my theory. Are you ready for this?
It is the only thing that it is it's the money. It's the Amazon money and all of that. That's the only thing. Because next year they're gonna see like the new contracts and stuff like that with Amazon and all of that.
Okay.
Actually, that's not true. I'm thinking I got my sports mixed up because NBA is doing that. But regardless, unless it's just another year in collective bargaining or whatever, that could be the reason why. But should he be the highest paid? Absolutely not.
No.
He should be.
And we'll do a little exercise here in a minute because I have my Sharpie pen ready.
Yes, you do.
Or at least I did. It was around here somewhere. Here's my theory.
Okay.
Everybody hates the Cowboys, except Cowboy fans, right? Everybody.
Yes.
It would be in their best interest if they re-sign Dak Prescott, because then they know they'll never be any more than they are now. That's my theory.
Interesting.
Oh, Jerry, you need to sign him. He's one of the most talented quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. You need to pay him the big money because he's going to be a free agent and everybody's going to want him.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're not. I mean, am I wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong.
Am I crazy?
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. CM Punk.
Yes. What a great.
That's a great line.
That's a great line.
I have done that in meetings before, and people look at me like, "What? What did he just say?"
I always work in, little catchphrases with my kids for sure. One that I always do is "My time is up, your time is up, my time is now." Like the John Cena, like that's his intro music. But yeah, I'll throw in there with things with a tear in my eye.
There's a tear in my eye.
Yes, I'll do that.
So here's one of my favorites.
Yes.
You don't understand here, Bubby Boo. This is how this is going to work.
That would be Terry Funk.
I am going to talk,
you're
and you're going to listen.
Yep. Yep. You
so our
darn straight.
Our former co-host, the Gunslinger, was listening to our show the last time we were on.
Oh, what?
When we had Terry Funk or Dusty Rhodes as our guest referee.
Yes.
Or our guest referee, our guest call-in.
Yes.
He was in stitches. He
That's
said, that
so
was
funny.
the best. Are you doing that every week? I said, well, I kind of need to prepare for it. And I don't know. He goes, you know what you should do? You should have Kyle call in Lou Holtz.
Oh, boy.
Can we get a little Lou Holtz right now?
Yeah, let me tell you guys. I tell you what, there's this college football season with adding 12 teams to the college football playoff. Are you guys out of your mind? Where is Notre Dame going to fit in there? Probably number 5. That's probably where they're going to be. But I think this team is going to be really mediocre this year. But I'll tell you what, those Georgia Bulldogs are going to be the team to beat this year. So,
yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
So here's what we need to do: the week that I think it's 2 weeks that OSU plays Arkansas.
Yeah.
Do you know who used to be the head coach at Arkansas?
Yes,
Lou Holtz.
Yes.
I think Lou Holtz should call in as the head coach of Arkansas, coming to Stillwater.
Yes, I can do that
because he's disorientated.
Yes,
he doesn't know where he's at. I
got
one here, baby.
Yes, I walked in the Sports Palace right here.
I think we should plan
that. I could plan that.
I think we could make a segment every week. I don't know. We'd have to plan it on who would be doing, and we could do anybody, really. I mean, it doesn't have to be professional wrestling.
Jessica really laughs. We watch a lot of Bart Rescue, and I will.
John Taffer.
I will do my John Taffer, which is pretty solid.
Can I hear it?
I can't because I yell.
Oh, yeah.
I have to yell.
Yeah, he gets pretty violent.
Yeah, he gets pretty charged up there. But something like, you're a failure. Like, just all the time.
Does anybody here know how to do anything?
We're going to shut it down. Like, every time. Like, you're going to make people sick. Like, it's so good.
I've watched that forever.
Oh, that was our thing this summer. It was like, summer TV was so bad, like
Yeah,
just
it
regular
was.
TV.
It was.
So
There wasn't even good reruns on. Really.
No, so but the Paramount Channel shows reruns of Bar Rescue, and we're like,
Yeah.
we watched it
Yep.
one time, like, yeah,
Yep.
this is
good.
it.
Yeah.
And I did watch like 80 movies this summer, so
You did.
there's that.
All right, so let's do a little exercise here on, and I know we've kind of done this before, but on who is better than Dak Prescott.
Okay,
So I mean,
so
is there 10 quarterbacks in NFL that are better than him? I'd say over and under, without looking.
without
just-
looking,
Do you say there's 10 better than Dak Prescott? I don't know. I haven't done the exercise on this, and I'll be fair.
so my first instinct to say is he's 10.
Okay, that's not bad. You know, they've
Yeah.
been 12-5 the last 3 seasons.
Yes.
Which not very many quarterbacks have.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, quarterbacks right off the top of your head, which you and I.
So we're doing off the dome.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Mahomes.
Mahomes,
Okay. Josh Allen.
Josh Allen,
Joe Burrow.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar.
I Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. Trevor.
I'll say Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor. Yeah, I would go there. So.
I would rather have C.J. Stroud
Okay.
over Dak,
C.J. Stroud, maybe not proven yet, but will be.
but
Okay.
will be. Yeah.
All right. That's 6. Tua,
Tua.
call it.
Yeah, and Tua really is close there to me.
Okay.
Tua's I think a product of the skills around him.
Kirk Cousins.
That's what I thought. I mean,
I think it's a wash.
Kirk, since he got hurt,
Yeah.
I take Dak over
Yeah.
Kirk. That's what
Okay.
gives me pause.
Okay. So we're at 7.
Kyler, I would take Kyler Murray over Dak.
Better athlete. I don't know if he's a better quarterback.
And last year down the stretch, he was pretty incredible. I don't know.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. You're not saying Kyler.
I'm not saying Kyler. I'm not saying Kirk Cousins.
Brock Purdy. No.
No. So Minnesota, no. Chicago, not yet.
Not yet. Jordan Love? He's getting paid more than him, than Dak. Oh, well, hey, Duck Take Dynasty's here.
What? No way.
Yes, he's here.
Yes.
Yes, he's. Hey,
We're both in studio.
our boy Josh.
Powered by pizza.
Yes.
He stopped by the establishment.
Yes.
Actually, his boy did and picked up some fuel
Nice.
about 2 hours ago.
Nice.
We're doing our final predictions today. Our talk, Josh, is: are there 10 quarterbacks better in the NFL than Dak Prescott? And you can chime in.
We're off the dome right now. So,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Aaron Rodgers right now, but you could.
Jalen Hurts.
Oh, Jalen Hurts, definitely.
Okay.
He says Purdy, but I do not say.
Yeah,
I don't think
agree.
Purdy. I don't
Okay,
think
that's
Purdy.
8. There's 8 quarterbacks that are.
I'm saying Jordan Love, man.
Okay. I don't know if I trust you there, but that's 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So is there a 10th that moves Dak in the not the bottom of the NFL, but not in the top 10? And then we'll have another exercise on
Not Baker.
Nope. I wouldn't give it to Baker. So Atlanta, no. Carolina, no. Now you can look because we're to the point where we're running out of options here. Aaron Rodgers.
That's what I said.
That's 10. Okay. So let's say, let's just for argument's sake, let's say he is 10th.
Should you?
Does that warrant him being the highest paid quarterback in the NFL?
No, because he's not winning in the playoffs.
Okay, so now here's my next question.
Yes.
Who has done more than him to warrant, or who has he done more than to warrant being the highest paid quarterback in the NFL? So has he done more than Mahomes?
Absolutely not.
Has he done more than Josh Allen?
Absolutely not.
So has he done more than Joe Burrow?
No, he went to the championship game.
He went to the Super Bowl. Has he done more than Lamar? He hasn't.
Lamar
been to the
made
AFC
it to
championship game.
Lamar made it to the
Yeah.
AFC championship game last year. So yes.
Yeah. So Lamar's ahead of him, right? Lamar's ahead of
Oh,
him.
definitely. Yeah.
Trevor.
Made it to.
Oh, Herbert.
Yeah, we didn't even say
So
Herbert.
there's 11.
Herbert's got plantar fasciitis though.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Trevor. Is he better than Trevor? Has he done more than Trevor?
Yes.
Perhaps.
What about Matthew Stafford?
Well,
Goff.
he's won a Super Bowl. Or he's been to
So
Super
that's the
Bowl.
thing. I would probably take Jared Goff over Dak too.
That's really interesting.
I would take Goff.
So there's 12.
Yeah, I'd take Goff over him, and I would take. Now Stafford's career, like Stafford right now, no.
He won a Super Bowl.
Yes.
So, Tua, has he done more than Tua? Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So there's one. Hurts.
No.
Okay. Jordan Love. They head-to-head. They
Got smoked last year.
Aaron Rodgers. Of course not. And Herbert.
Our boy Josh is putting in the work for for Brock Purdy.
No.
I won't do it.
Although he didn't make it to the Super
He
Bowl.
did make it to the Super Bowl, but it was the product of the people around him. He
So
had Christian McCaffrey and all those weapons.
So there is maybe 2 players on this list that he has done more than or equal to. Although I would debate none of them. None of them. Because maybe Tua would be the only one, because Hurts has been to a Super Bowl.
Tua got absolutely.
Rodgers has won a Super Bowl. Herbert hasn't been to an AFC championship game. So
No.
maybe Herbert, you could throw him out.
I like Dak better than Herbert. Just by
I don't know if I like him more, but he hasn't done more.
no, because people love to talk about Herbert in the offseason, but he doesn't do anything in the regular season.
So why?
Josh.
Okay, so this is just facts. This is results, right? What I produced here is factual results. Tell me why you're going to make him the highest paid player in the NFL. That's all I want to know. Somebody help me with that.
The only thing is
Because he plays for the Cowboys.
Cowboys and the money that's coming into the NFL, like the changing and destruction. That's the only reason. It's not because he deserves it.
Well, but you're going to be hooked for the next 10 years if you do, and you're going to have the same result year in, year out. What is the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing
over and over again
and expecting the same results. No, here's the deal. I am with you on this one. I wouldn't pay Dak because he's just not the guy. Like, you've proven the past 2 years that you've had all of one of the best teams around him, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
They got the best defense in Dallas they've ever had since they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And all he has to do is manage the game, and he can't manage the game. He's not a good game manager. Am I crazy in thinking that?
He's terrible.
Because literally that's all. That's the thing. Like, that's why Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback, is because
he manages the game. And he does it in critical situations.
Think about even 2 years ago when all they need, like, he had his ankle that was hurt, and all he had to do was manage the game. Brock Purdy, that's what he was doing last year to be successful.
Yep.
Hand the ball off to Christian McCaffrey and don't make dumb plays. And Dak tries to play Superman. He goes hero ball.
Yep. He doesn't even do that.
And literally, all
he hangs onto the football and throws passes into the dirt.
That's
what he does.
CD somewhere down there. Like, that's what he's playing.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just gonna throw the ball up, and one of these guys is gonna be there.
You know, just because Staubach threw a Hail Mary doesn't mean Dak Prescott can.
Yeah, right. And so,
I don't know. And I was watching some of the old Romo comebacks. Like, and look, you know how big a fan I am of Romo, and Romo wasn't surrounded by the talent that Dallas has today. Not even close. Defensively, at least. Maybe offensively he did, but he didn't.
No, he did
have
not.
The talent.
No,
and he had the ability to score points, but he just couldn't stop people.
There were some games with Romo that there were some points on the board.
There were a lot of points.
Sides. Yeah.
But the thing was, if almost there were 2 or 3 instances where he got a bad rap, and it kind of established his legacy. But if you go back and look at every time they were behind, he almost always come back or put them in a position to win.
Right.
Dak doesn't even get them close.
No.
I mean, they don't get past the 50.
No, 2 years ago, I was going to stick in my head forever of him going down when he shouldn't have.
Yes. Takes that quarterback draw for 40 yards, but guess what? There's 8 seconds
Doesn't
on the
matter.
start when he takes off.
Right.
Like,
what are you doing here? It's like Kirk Cousins throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage.
I just don't. Look, we're gonna have this conversation. Seem like every time I get upset about the Cowboys or Jerry or Dak or whatever. Did they sign
CD?
No, they did sign CD.
They did
they
sign
sign Cook today, the running back?
Yeah, but Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook.
I mean, is
he washed?
Yeah, he's washed.
I thought he was still pretty good.
His brother is.
Who's his brother?
James Cook.
I thought, is he better than Ezekiel Elliott?
Right. Is Dalvin better?
Yeah.
He might be.
Yeah. Might not have been a bad move.
I mean,
we know Dak or Elliott is.
Yeah, but they're also like
50.
Yeah. Who's their starting running back? Right? Is it still Zeke?
By committee. Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to start.
Rico Dowdle's going to get.
He's good.
Yes. Rico Dowdle's going to get the carries.
I was kind of against the whole Deuce Vaughn thing. I'm thinking it might not be a bad idea.
No. Yeah. I think you're going to come out of this season and Rico Dowdle's going to hey, friends that play fantasy football, pick up Rico Dowdle in all your leagues. Thank me later. You're welcome.
Here's something I don't really like to say, but tell me I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
What happens to mostly NFL players who hold out through preseason and sign a big deal? What happens to them?
They get hurt?
CeeDee Lamb, baby. Better look for it.
So, I would agree with that in the old NFL. Because nobody plays in the preseason anymore.
Yeah, but he's out of they do practice.
Sure.
And he's out of shape.
Yeah. So
I'm
that
guessing.
could be. I think CeeDee's the main.
Pulling hamstring. He's going to have a look, he may not be out for the year, but there's going to be some nagging injury.
Was he a hold out or a hold in?
He didn't
show up for nothing.
No.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
It's going to be a problem. It always is a problem.
That's going to be a problem.
Gunslinger, we appreciate you being in on our chat tonight. Feel free to chime in anytime. We miss you, man. But anyway,
we gotta have a call in one of these days.
We do need to have a joint call in. I don't know how we do that, but you can just call me directly and we can patch you in.
Yeah, we need you, man.
Yeah. And you can do that right now if you want to. I mean, I'm just saying I've got the technology to do it right this very second. So if you wanna chime in right now, feel free to do so. I'll hook you up. I got my phone sitting here. I have my patch in. You can go.
Which, by the way, plug for his show, Duct Tape Dynasty Sports.
Duct Tape Dynasty.
Which is his name on here. Josh came in on our show.
Yes.
And then we had scheduling differences, and this man has started his own show, and it's so fun to watch.
Yep,
he's doing a great job.
I've actually done a guest appearance on his.
You have. I have not done one. I wanted to.
Yeah.
But we got our
Signals
schedules
crossed.
tangled.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fun. A lot of fun.
But yeah, fun show to watch, and he's got some cool things on there. So we're thankful for the Gunslinger and his time.
Yep, we are.
But yeah, we're getting to it. Did you watch Florida State, Georgia Tech?
I did not. I didn't even know they were playing.
Did you know Georgia Tech beat Florida?
I did see the upset. I just didn't watch the game.
So
didn't know about it.
I have in my ACC preview that I wrote out for nobody to read, I did have Georgia Tech as the most surprising team.
There you go.
I have it written down, so it's in.
Is it in my notes?
No, it's not. It is in my files.
Yeah, I don't see you in your
no,
top 12 here.
But no. I'm just talking in the ACC. They're going to be surprising.
So just to recap real quick, and this was a few weeks ago. Actually, we did this on the 17th of July. Your top final four teams were Georgia, Utah, Ohio State, and Miami, with Mississippi, Texas, Bama, Ole Miss, Notre Dame, Penn State, Oregon, and Boise making the playoffs.
Chalk. Yeah.
All right. I have Georgia, Utah, Ohio State, and Clemson.
You have to have the P in there?
Yeah. It's a P. Clemson. And then I have LSU, Texas, Alabama, Notre Dame, Penn State, OSU.
They're going to be good this year, man.
I think I...
Or did you mean...
USC,
did you mean Ohio State, though?
No, I have them in the top four.
Oh, you do?
So
okay.
I have OSU in there, USC, and Liberty as my top 12.
Did I have Ohio State in my 4?
You did, top 4.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You had Georgia, Utah, Ohio State,
I
Miami.
thought I was a crazy person.
In fact, you and I had the same 4. Well, we had 3 of the 4. I had Clemson, and you had Miami.
I just think that Miami is... that's a crazy pick now that I'm thinking about it, but by the same token...
I don't even have my top
we
12.
already had Florida State lose.
You didn't have Clemson in your top 12, and I didn't have
That's because
Miami
I
in my
don't
top
believe
12.
in Dabo.
I love Dabo.
I know you do.
I love Dabo swinging.
I like him as a human. I don't like him that he's like not going to use the transfer portal. Like,
Yeah. Well,
chooses not to use the transfer portal.
it's his own choice.
And we'll see how that plays out.
It may not work well,
Yep.
but is it?
Bold move, Cotton.
Yep. Bold move, sir. All right, so one of the things we're going to do in our show tonight is just kind of see if there are any revisions in our NFL predictions. So let's just do division by division. We'll go through it really quick. AFC East, you have Buffalo, the Jets, Miami, the Patriots. Those are your 4. Any changes?
Nope.
Okay. I have Buffalo, Miami, New York, Jets, and Patriots. I'm going to stick to that. Our differences there are Miami and the Jets flip. AFC North, you have Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh. Any changes there? That order. Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh.
I might switch out Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah, just flip-flop those, but
Okay,
it doesn't matter.
so I have the exact same. No, I have Cincinnati in first and Baltimore. You're flipping. You're going Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No,
revision.
I just mean I'm flipping
Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Got it. You got Pittsburgh third and Cleveland third.
Yes, correct.
Okay, fourth. And in the AFC East. No, that's not East. South. I'm sorry. You have Houston, Jacksonville, Indy, and Tennessee. Any changes?
I want you to flip-flop Jacksonville and Indianapolis.
Ooh, that's a big flipper there. Okay.
Pat McAfee might have inspired me there, but I'm going to
You're going
flip-flop
down
that.
the wrong pipe there. So I have Houston, Jacksonville, Indy, and Tennessee. And then in the AFC West, I don't even need to ask, Kansas City, you have the Chargers and the Raiders and the Broncos. I have flip-flop on the Broncos and the Raiders.
Okay.
So, and I'm not changing. All right, NFC East. Let's do that last. Let's go NFC West. You have San Francisco, the Rams, Seattle, and Arizona.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it, but I could see the Cardinals being ahead of the Seahawks.
I have the Cardinals ahead of the Seahawks.
I am on the Kyler Murray bandwagon this year, mainly for fantasy football, but
AFC South, you have Atlanta, Tampa, New Orleans, and Carolina. We have the exact same thing.
sweet.
Okay,
I'm
you
keeping
still
it.
good?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. In the AFC North, you have Detroit, Green Bay, Chicago, Minnesota. You initially had Detroit, Chicago, Green Bay. You flipped it to Green Bay and Chicago.
could see. Here's the thing. I can see Green Bay having a crazy good year. So that's why I'm gonna keep it.
So you're going to go Green Bay.
Yep.
I actually have Detroit, Green Bay, Minnesota, and Chicago. I have Chicago on the cell.
I believe in Caleb Williams.
And in the NFC East, you have the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Commanders, and the Giants. I think it's the first time I ever called the Washington the Commanders.
I'm really proud of you.
And I actually have it scored the same way. Here's the question, though. Does the Cowboys make the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay, you say they do. I'm going to change and say they do not. No playoffs. And instead
If
of
that
Cowboys,
happens, that would be the wildest situation out there.
I'm going to, in place of the Cowboys, I'm going to call the Tampa Bay making it instead of the Cowboys. So there you go.
You're crazy, man.
Yep, I'm going crazy.
Go crazy.
I just don't feel warm and fuzzy. And then your AFC Championship game, you have the Chiefs against the Texans, and you have the 49ers playing the Detroit in the NFC Championship game, with Detroit playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Any revisions there, sir?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
It's going to be a rematch of last year's Super Bowl.
So
Chiefs-Niners.
Okay. So
Guess what's going to happen?
It's going to be 49ers going to win that game instead. So San Francisco. What's going to happen?
Chiefs are still going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay. Yeah. So I had.
Were you surprised?
No.
Are you surprised?
Yeah. No.
Nope.
Cincinnati against Houston in the AFC Championship game, and did not have your mighty Chiefs because I don't believe that anybody will ever three-peat. Unless my story and I'm sticking to it. Sorry.
Who's better than them this year?
Nobody probably, but it's just too many variables. There's just too many variables.
Nobody probably.
Doesn't always the best team wins, though. Always isn't the best team.
Right. However, we saw that last year.
Too many
where the
factors.
Chiefs.
Too many
the
factors.
Chiefs are going to do that thing where they're like, ho-hum.
100% guarantee Mahomes is healthy at the end of the year. 100%.
Never. There's never.
That's my
I mean, but 2 years ago he was on one ankle.
Wonder if
so
they lose
give it to me.
Kelsey. Wonder if they lose two or three of their linemen. There's too many
Oh
factors.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Too many
This is why they didn't win the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
I would bet the house that they don't repeat.
When they didn't
Three-peat.
beat the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
That's why, because they got hurt.
Yeah. And then I have Detroit and the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. I have the Detroit playing the Houston Texans. First ever Super Bowl between the two.
I dig
First
it.
ever bowl, and we'll have a new Super Bowl champion this year.
I just hear you, and I'm worried that you're getting Chiefs fatigue.
I am a little,
Oh,
but
that's so sad.
It's only, but I'm just repeating history. It's just history.
It's fine.
It's history. Nobody's ever three-peated.
They're going to go to the AFC Championship game, though.
I mean, two teams have come. Really, two teams have come. Maybe three. I'm thinking about.
The Patriots were
and so
were
the
going
Cowboys.
to, but then that was the year that Tom Brady tore his ACL and the whole
they didn't
season
even
was
make
busted.
It. Yeah. So the Patriots came close. The Cowboys got rookie duked in the NFC Championship game. They came back the following year and won it. So they won 3-4. Patriots run 3-4. And
Chiefs have won 3 and 4.
So there's three teams that done 3-4.
3 and 4, 3 and 5.
3-4.
4, yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
So 1 year the Rams win it. 1 year.
No, it was 3 and 5. They won 3 and 5 years because they lost in the Super Bowl, the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And then the Rams beat the Bengals.
Beat them.
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So 3 and 5. So two teams, 3 and 4 years. Look, Dallas was still ended up winning 3 because I'm pretty sure that Jerry would have been gone after that third one, and they probably wouldn't have been able to come back and win the fourth year. So anyway, because Switzer probably wouldn't have been available, he'd said no way.
Sure.
But anyway, I'm not going to go against the Chiefs. I'm just telling you, I don't think I'm not rooting against them. I just don't think they can do it.
To me, my thing is if there's anybody that can do it, it's Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes with Travis Kelce.
Hey, I'm an Andy Reid fan.
I know, yeah.
He was with the Eagles, and I don't like the Eagles.
I know.
But I love Andy Reid. He's a great coach, and I like him, and he's funny and witty, and he's the underdog, or kind of looks like Doug Heffernan. I mean, he kind of has that Doug Heffernan about him.
So, but what if I told you this? That the Chiefs were a top 5 defense last year, but they were also the second youngest defense in the league. So,
doesn't
and
have
they
anything to do with
haven't
it.
lost anybody
Yeah.
except for they did lose L'Jarius Sneed.
I-
So, to me, I think that's what's going to set them apart is their defense this year again. So, but I get it. Target on your back every week, and that doesn't feel great. I think that's the past 2 seasons where, there's a target on your back every single week is not easy. So you're getting the best of everybody, and then when you lose, everybody's making a big deal about it. The Raiders are saying we ruined your Christmas, all of that. I'm like, dude, we won a Super Bowl, and then we beat you on your own turf. Like, I don't get that part of it, but yeah, it should be really interesting for sure. This year, I think they will do it, but who knows? So we'll see how that goes. But I think about now, as Dan had, we had a little bit of a technical issue here for a second. We are moving to our games of the week.
Yes, we
which
are.
First, one of our staples
Yes,
on our show. The
every
staple
year.
on our show. Did you win last year?
Yes, by game.
By
2.
game. Yeah, we were tight all year.
All year. In fact, I have it here. Hold on a second. I actually have the same book.
And we don't do spreads until the end of the playoffs.
Yeah, we get in the playoffs and we start doing
We just
spreads.
do straight up
So,
college game day style.
Here's the final count. Yes, it wasn't quite one game. It was a little more than that, but 123-77 was your score. I was 126-74.
Yes, 3 games. So,
Yeah.
like, this does stay pretty close. And
That's pretty close.
It's really fun.
63% to 62%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's pretty dang
That's
close.
pretty crazy.
Yep. So that was my first win ever. So win of anything in my life.
That's not true.
Pretty
That's not
close. Personally, maybe as a team is different, but personally. Okay. I'm going to put these on the index card, and I'll transfer them over to the book a little bit later. All right. So the first game, North Carolina at Minnesota. And I'm just going to start out here. I never go against the Fighting PJ Flicks.
I know you don't.
I love my PJ Flicks. I love PJ Flick. I love Minnesota. They're probably my second or third favorite team in college football. I'm going with Minnesota.
Let's see. I'm going to go... I don't know. I'm going to go UNC.
You are. North Carolina. Any reason behind that, or are you just going against me?
I don't like Minnesota.
You don't like Minnesota? You don't like the Golden Gophers?
No, they're
wrong with you?
Iowa's rival, man.
You don't like PJ
We
Flick?
battle for the Floyd of Rosedale trophy, man.
Okay, all right. And who's we?
Iowa Hawkeyes.
Okay. Just checking if it was like your Nebraska
don't do that to me, man.
Cornhuskers or well,
Don't
you're a
you-
Nebraska
don't
fan
you
too.
do- Yeah, I do
so,
like Nebraska, but not as much.
Northwestern State of Louisiana versus Tulsa.
This is a game of the week.
One of them.
Respect, Tulsa.
Yeah, me too. They might be pretty good this year. Temple at
All
OU.
right. OU.
All right. Did I miss one? Oh, what did I miss? Oh, I did miss. Got them out of order there. I can't see. That's why. Let's redo this here. Tulsa. Okay. North Dakota State at Colorado.
Oh, Lord have mercy. That game is going to be wild, but I think Colorado's going to win. They only have a 9.5 point spread against the
not very many.
FBS. Yeah,
That's
that
not
is
very
not.
Mm-mm. And then, let's see. We both picked Tulsa, and we both picked OU. Okay. TCU at Stanford.
Like I said, I think that game is going to be ugly, but I think TCU is going to win that game.
Vautech at Vandy.
Oh, I like Vitek a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I like Vitek a lot this year.
South Dakota State at Oklahoma State.
That's another tough one. Golly. Why would they do them to this
I
to
don't know.
themselves?
I don't know. I think
Don't play that Dakota this year.
when they booked them, they probably didn't know they were gonna win 2
Another
back-to-back FCS championships.
Another 9.5 point spread.
That's stupid.
For a ranked team against an FBS opponent or FCS opponent.
Should be double plus digits.
Oh Lord! And I think the OSU is going to win, but guess what? That game's going to be close.
It's OSU. Just remember that. And
Yeah.
I'm picking OSU too, but I would not be shocked if they lose.
Because they lost to that Jacksonville State last year, or whatever.
No,
South Alabama.
South Alabama. This team is. They might be better.
They are better.
Yeah.
I could guarantee you that.
Yeah. All right. Miami at Florida.
Ooh. I'm gonna. That one's tough, and I think this is one that I had Miami tripping up on. Maybe. Nope. I'm gonna go Miami.
Yeah,
Miami.
I mean you got them in your final four.
I have to go with them. Ride or die. They're my ride or die this year.
All right. At UNLV at Houston.
Ooh.
Is there a spread on this?
Yeah, I'll check.
I was kind of in a quandary on this one.
UNLV, Houston. It's Houston at -2.5. Houston was so bad last year. I just think No, I'm gonna go Houston because I think it's the second year in the Big 12 that I think they'll improve at least a little bit. You would think.
I'm gonna agree with you, but I was on the fence.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going Houston. All right, and the final game of the week: Notre Dame at Texas A&M.
Gosh, that's a toughie.
It is a toughie.
I'm gonna go to Notre Dame. I don't like it.
I have a feeling.
A&M's favored by 3.
I'm gonna go
So
with
it's
A&M.
almost a toss-up.
I'm going to go with A&M.
All right.
They're probably, I'm not an A&M fan, but something tells me they're going to win this game.
I don't like A&M either.
And you got I always got the Aggies ghost past or whatever they call it. The ghost of Kyle Field's past.
Yeah.
Because something always goofy happens at Kyle Field, in A&M. Every year something goofy happens. It's like the ashes rise up, and it's kind of like
but Notre Dame has Jesus on their side, right?
yeah, you do. Buffalo Wild Wings commercial where the sprinklers come up and trick the guy running down the field. Like that's kind of thing at Kyle Field.
Yeah, sure.
So anyway, okay, that's our picks. Looks like we're getting close to being able to do our devotion.
Do you want to, first of all,
yeah,
we did not talk about your endeavor in the Team Black.
I thought we did.
Did we talk about it before the show?
We talked about it on our week after the. We can do it again though.
Yeah, I just was talking about the event. Oh yeah, we did talk about the event. Yes, that's right. Yeah. You're right.
So look, I can do a filler here just for a moment. So Team Black Powerlifting, which is a subsidiary of Team Black Mentorship, which is our sponsor for this show, the Faithletic The Podcast. Our powerlifting team captured its 9th straight Iron Sharpens Iron powerlifting championships.
That's right. We did talk about this. Awesome.
Had several state records go to the wayside. We had just some incredible lifting. We had 2 kids that had gone through surgeries in the last couple of months, knee surgeries, and very traumatic knee surgeries. Both of them were, and both just their tenacity and fortitude showed up to bench press only. They weren't cleared to be able to go through the 3 lifts, the squat, bench, and deadlift, but they did show up. Both of them are hoping to get recovered and qualify their respective national championships in 2025. The gentleman is a senior in high school. He has to get qualified sometime between now and March. And then our girl is in her freshman year of college at OU. She's actually in the band, Pride of Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
And she has a really good shot of qualifying for collegiate nationals, which will be, by the way, in Oklahoma City in April. So there'll be 1,200 collegiate kids from across the country competing in that. And plus our friend of the show and former junior world current junior world record holder and national champion Austin Spangler should be making his powerlifting return for that collegiate.
Oh my gosh!
So we'll have a couple.
How do we feel about that?
Excited.
That's awesome.
Yep. And then on top of that, I haven't made this public yet. I've talked about it. I'm still going to continue to pray about it and give it thought and wisdom. But I'm pretty sure that next year's Iron Sharpens Iron will be the last powerlifting meet that I promote personally. Been doing it for 35 years. They're so physically and mentally demanding, and trying to get all the volunteers assembled and just put on a really good event is becoming increasingly more difficult the older I get, and I just don't know if I want to go past another year. We'll still compete. We'll still train. We're still going to not change anything as far as what our intention is with Team Black Powerlifting, but it was basically our fundraiser that allowed us to raise the funds to be able to compete. These are getting so expensive to run, it's almost not worth having them, because if I can still raise the same amount of funds without doing the meet, I'm in a better spot.
Right. Yeah.
So and I should be able to.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want.
We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We can still solicit funds, and generally I don't solicit them. It's donations that people I've been led to give, and I'm just, by the time I get through paying everything to do a meet, I don't. There's not worth it.
You don't want something to suck the joy out of what you're doing, because it does bring so much joy, and so that's I mean, good on you for realizing that, and you had a good run at putting on meets.
Oh, 35 years. I've done 300 plus.
Yeah, you are not done putting on meets or going to meets.
I'm going to help at meets. I'm going to sponsor, and I'm going to referee, and I'm going to coach, and I'm doing still to do things that I love to do. I'm just not going to have my own anymore.
You're probably coaching until the Lord calls you home.
Probably.
Like, it's some way or another.
My health holds up. But we'll do one more next year. It'll be the 10th Iron Sharpens Iron. What a better way to go out on the 10th, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll probably promote it as being my last one to some degree, to try to pull, maybe one last hurrah as far as just being able to put something together that kids can really, and I'd hope that a lot of, not only our kids, but our past comes to the forefront again.
I'll be there.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
It'll be next August 2nd, actually.
Okay. Put it on the calendar.
It's already booked.
Awesome.
So, anyway, those that don't know who we are and what we're about, we're called Faithletic The Podcast. Our name comes from two entities. One is sports. That's the athletic part, athletic, faithletic. And then faith is that we are faithful people. We're followers of Jesus. And we believe in spreading hope and the good news to those who need it and don't understand it or don't have it or want to know more. And so at the end of every show, we do a devotion. We call that Daily at the Cross. And this week, my main man here, KC, is going to be the presenter of Daily at the Cross.
All right, so this devotion is called Put Aside the Shame of Yesterday. It's easy to wake up with the shame of yesterday still weighing heavily on you. We are creatures who love to replay past mistakes. We are creatures who love to replay past mistakes in our mind and carry them around like chains. But this is why I love mornings so much. If a renewed perspective with the Lord becomes your one goal for the morning, then it's easier to let go of the mistakes you made yesterday. It's easier to start new. There's a phenomenon known as the fresh start effect. It's when we are more motivated to take action after we feel like the slate has been wiped clean for us. This is why New Year's resolutions are a thing. Temporal landmarks such as New Year, our birthday, or an anniversary gives us a sense that we can start over. This clean slate motivates us to a new action. The reason why the fresh start effect works is because it allows us to separate ourselves from our past mistakes. Too often, people don't let themselves move forward when they've made past mistakes. A temporal landmark makes us separate from those mistakes. The gospel has given us the ultimate fresh start, and the Bible tells us that the Lord's mercies are new each day. We can practice a fresh start each morning. Here's just how this is an example of what the author says, that here's how I like to practice this. Every morning when I wake up with a renewed perspective, I imagine the Lord telling me that my mistakes are behind me. When I journal in the morning, I process more of the shame I carry, from the day before. But when I close my journal, I imagine putting away those shame and anxiety, anxious thoughts. Just as I close my journal, I'm closing the door on yesterday's shame. You too can enjoy a fresh start every morning. In the morning, imagine the Lord providing you fresh mercies that set aside so you can be present that day. I think one thing that I think about with being a teacher, I know just how that plays into my life. And when I think about students and maybe they had a tough day the day before, I do not think about what they did the day before. It is a fresh
Short
start.
memory.
It's a new slate.
Yep.
You're a new kid today. So I think when you work from that perspective, I think it helps a lot. So that's I like that. So
Yeah, short memory and move on.
yep, be a goldfish.
Yeah, I mean that's hard for a lot of people to do.
Yep.
But I think it's really good. Was there a scripture reference?
Let's see.
Yeah,
Oh, it's that one verse. 1 John 1:9.
Okay.
If we nope, that's not right. Lamentations 3:22 through 23 that talks about that great is your faithfulness every morning. Great is this is where we need Elvis to play us off. Or Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash did great is thy faithfulness, right?
So it's Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
And I'm going to sing a little bit of Great is Thy Faithfulness tonight. So if you join me. Great is Thy Faithfulness.
You nailed it. Nailed it.
Every once in a while I can get one right.
Yeah, nailed it.
They get thoughts. All right. So we do plan on being here next Friday.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Sorry, I'm got.
Don't come here Friday.
Don't come Friday because nobody will be here. We will do our NFL and our applying college games of the week. It'll be the opening week of the NFL.
That's right.
So we got to do a show.
Go Chiefs. They play Thursday night.
Cowboys play Sunday. Just whatever. All right. I am Coach, and I'm with
Casey.
And we are
Faithletic The Podcast.
Have a good night. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being part of our program.